This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore. I seem to talk a lot. Well, I seem to talk a lot. But I seem to talk a lot about the danger that is posed by conservatism and Republicans and the intertwined nature of religion with these nutterbutters. The Republican Party has allowed pastors to become their prophets, pastors to become the spokespeople for the radical elements of the Republican Party. And that, in turn, especially after the age of Trump, has turned this list of conservative pastors into anti-democratic, anti-diversity. They are doing their best to keep white supremacy alive and well in America, and the only way to do that is through non-democratic means. Watch this first pastor, Shane Vaughan, who, listen, you probably haven't seen the clip, and a lot of people are going to listen to what I just said and say, wow, you're really swinging for the fences today, Jesse. That's not true. They're not anti-democracy, or if they are, they're not going to be open about it. Just wait for this. Shane Vaughan, with his mouth, talking about the disease of democracy.
Do you know God's favorite job is a gardener? Adam was a gardener. You are being called to the Garden of America to pull out the weeds of liberalism, to pull out the disease of democracy, and to restore the walls of the republic, and to rebuild the hedges of holiness, and to place within this nation the hedgerows of the law of God, the rule of law, and the rule of this great republic.
He's playing a character, right? Do you know what God's favorite job is? It's a gardener. Where's that in the Bible, Shane Vaughan, that God's favorite job is a gardener? I'm sure that the creator of the universe is real happy that you're ascribing motivations. It's just so stupid. The weeds of liberalism, the disease of democracy, you pumpkin-headed freak. The democracy, self-governance, is not a disease, you clown shoe. Revered by conservatives, the weeds of liberalism, the weeds of diversity, of caring about our fellow men and women. This is disgusting talk. And it's not just Shane Vaughan today that I want to talk about. It's this other goofball who's calling Black Lives Matter a Jezebel spirit. Because, you know, caring about the rampant unarmed shooting of black men in America is a Jezebel spirit. Protesting for equity and equality in America is the Jezebel spirit. So listen to this guy. His name is Jackson Lahmeyer. Jackson Lahmeyer. You know, I don't really care to dedicate time learning how to pronounce his name because this guy. But watch this guy who looks like he just got off the golf course talking about the Jezebel spirit of Black Lives Matter.
What is the spirit of Jezebel? It's a manipulating spirit. You say, give me an example of the spirit of Jezebel here in the United States of America today. It's very easy. The organization called Black Lives Matter, that's the spirit of Jezebel behind that organization. You say, what are you talking about? Are you saying black lives don't matter? Quit being a moron. That's not what I said. I said the organization called Black Lives Matter is operating under the spirit of Jezebel. Did you know that organization was founded by witchcraft practicing lesbians? That's who founded the organization called Black Lives Matter that caused $2 billion of damage in one summer. You say, you can't say that at church. I just did. You say, but Jackson, that's not politically correct. That's not our goal. Our goal is to be biblically correct. That's our goal. Say, but you shouldn't say that, because the media, they're going to take this little clip, and Right Wing Watch is going to post it all over the internet. Let me tell you something. We are not a woke church that is spiritually broke. We do not bow down and kiss the feet of the organization called Black Lives Matter. It will never happen on this stage. You can mark my words.
Reprehensible that a man putting himself out there as a mouthpiece for God would denigrate Black Lives Matter. Well, Jackson, you can't say that at church. I just did. Seems like the spirit of pride, the spirit of haughtiness. Tossing Corinthians chapter 13, the love chapter, right out the door. These are leaders of conservatism in America. These are leaders of the Republican Party and Republicans in this country who fight tooth and nail with every breath within them against the value of black and brown lives in America. Desperate to keep white supremacy alive and well in America because little Jackson here feels threatened that the supremacy he has enjoyed his entire life, the privilege, is dissipating. And that is petrifying. This guy is just Tucker Carlson standing behind a pulpit. And that should alarm everyone. Because when you convince someone, you heard the smattering of applause, the cheering, as he's yelling about the Jezebel spirit of Black Lives Matter. When you can convince someone of something supernatural, it's more difficult to extricate them from that extreme viewpoint because they don't need evidence for it. It's all on faith. And he is radicalizing his congregation. And they're going to go and they're going to vote because he's talking about political correctness, political things. And he's going to send his flock to the ballot box to vote in the way that he has instructed them. Ostensibly, on instruction from God himself. Dangerous, anti-democratic, anti-diversity, anti-love your neighbor as yourself. Jackson Lahmeyer, dingus extraordinaire. It's not an indictment of all Christians. That goes unsaid. It's self-evident that not all Christians are assholes. This one is, though. These two are. What do you think? I'd love to hear from you. You can call, leave me a brief voicemail, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me daily at dollemore.com. Thank you for joining me. Thanks for engaging with my content. Thanks for subscribing and liking and commenting and doing all the things that juice up the YouTube algorithm so my content gets served to new, appreciative viewers. And even the haters. Love one another, isn't that right? Even the haters. Who said that? Well, it was Donald Trump. Anyway, connect with me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, all the social media. And if you feel so compelled and you have an extra $2 a month laying around, I would appreciate your support, helping produce my content here and over at my podcast. You can do it by clicking the join button below this video. Become a channel member. You can also go over to patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. That would be fantastic. You guys are the best. I'll see you next time. Until I do, be genuine and take care of one another.